Genevieve Wood is the former spokeswoman for the Republican National Committee. Genevieve, what do you make of the Fox Business debate move? Is it okay to just have 8 candidates on stage?
Well, look, every one of these debates and network outlets have had their own rules that they've stated from the get-go that said, you got to beat this percentage and this many polls by this certain date to make our debate stage. And so this is not unusual at what Fox Business is doing. Look, I think 8 people, still a lot of folks on a stage. It is still all the front runners that are out there. So, I think hopefully we're going to get into more details that we haven't seen in the more recent debates.
So what about the undercard debate? Won't Christine Huckabee be the obvious winners?
Well, if they perform as well as they have in the other ones, probably. I mean, Christie, I think, has done quite well, frankly, in many of the most recent debates, and Huckabee's always got something interesting to say, and he's entertaining to watch. So, it may mean that more people watch that first debate than have in the past. So we'll see how that plays out.
There have already been so many debates. We still have a year until the election. Do debates even change people's minds?
Look, I think debates serve 2 purposes. One, it introduces people to candidates they never knew. I mean, before this thing got started, everybody knew who Jeb Bush was. Many of them didn't know who Ben Carson was. They'd heard of Donald Trump, but I don't think they thought about him as a candidate. They didn't know Carly Fiorina. Marco Rubio was not a national name. The people that are now at the top of the polls on the Republican side, in some cases, were the least well known when this thing got started. I think the debates have a lot to do with that.
You mentioned Ben Carson. There are new accusations he's been fabricating some stories in his personal life. How is that going to impact his brand which is of honesty and humility?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the reasons Ben Carson's done so well is he's the opposite of what most people think about politicians, honest, right? I think, look, he's going to have to answer these questions. I think the sooner he gets out on this story, the better for him. I haven't read the book. I have seen the movie. He was a character as a kid growing up, if the book is true. And look, I think a lot of people, when they write these books, they have ghostwriters. There may be things that don't come out exactly as they were, but he needs to get ahead of this story, explain that to people. Otherwise, it could become a real problem for him.
Genevieve Wood, thank you for coming here. Grateful for your insight.